The last part of my trip that I'm solo.
Look out, wow.
I feel like this is so randomly placed, just like in a park next to the main road.
This zoo is actually really good. I'm surprised that it's free, to be honest. Cheers!
I start GP training in August, and this morning I found out my rotations. Hey, what's up guys, it's Kira and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's vlog. So I arrived in Chicago yesterday afternoon. Honestly, take this as your sign to just shoot your shot because I booked probably the cheapest hotel room in this hotel, purely picked the hotel for the great downtown location. But when I checked in, I said, is there any chance of a complimentary upgrade? Which is something I always ask because honestly, the worst they can say is no, sorry, there's nothing available. But here I am now in a deluxe king suite. So as you walk in, I've got a little kitchenette, I've got a lounge area, and then obviously a gigantic bed. Personally, I think the best part is the view. I'm in love with this downtown Chicago view. So I didn't actually arrive here until about 2 p.m. yesterday, and honestly, I was absolutely exhausted. I think I slept for like 3 hours before I had to wake up at 5 a.m. for my flight. So I was in no mood to do anything. But when I got here, it was so sunny and so warm. And if you know me, you know I cannot resist going outside in that weather because I just feel like guilty, like I'm wasting my time if I don't go and make the most of it. So I went out for a little bit of a wander, ended up at a rooftop bar that a lot of people had suggested with a gorgeous view. Had an Aperol, grabbed some dinner, and that was it for yesterday. This is actually the last part of my trip that I'm solo because I'm going to Florida on Saturday and my fiance is meeting me there for a 2-week road trip around Florida, which I'm also so excited about. But I've actually really loved being solo because I've enjoyed it so much. I did book another solo trip the other day. I'm going to Indonesia for a month by myself in June and I'm so excited. But for now, today I want to spend the day in Lincoln Park because the weather's kind of cloudy, not super cold, but tomorrow is going to be the best weather for me. So I want to do all of the like real Chicago things tomorrow. So I'm going to head over to Lincoln Park. A lot of the stuff around there is actually free, like the zoo and the conservatory are all free to go into. So I'm going to see if I can get it. And then I actually booked a comedy club for tonight, which I've done before once in New York a long time ago, and it was so fun. And I'm really looking forward to that, but I'm also scared because I am by myself that they might pick on me. So I'm gonna have to try not to be at the front. But we've got a good few days in store.
This zoo is actually really good. I'm surprised that it's free, to be honest.
Next up, I'm heading over to the Lincoln Park Conservatory, which I'm pretty sure is just a botanical garden. Okay, I can't lie, it's 3 p.m. and I've come for a happy hour. This looks so good. That was actually a really fun evening. I was kind of nervous going into it because going to a comedy show alone, I guess, opens you up to a lot of vulnerability. Also, me being me, I was the first one that turned up. I have this competitiveness in me where I want to get the best seat, I want to get there first, I want to basically win in my mind. I turned up, I decided that sitting in the second row was a safe bet. I have a good view and hopefully I wouldn't get picked on, but I did. Somehow she brought up her husband being a doctor and then opened it up to the crowd, asked if there were any doctors around, and a bunch of people cheered, so I kind of thought I was safe, but then turns out they were physical therapists.
So then she asked again.
And I was obviously going to cheer, but it turns out I was the only one who did cheer, and spotlight was on me. She asked me what kind of doctor I am, and I actually don't know the answer. If you've been following along, I've just applied for training and gotten into GP training, but I'm technically not a GP yet, so I went with general medicine, but she didn't really understand that. I feel like maybe it's different in the US versus the UK. So she was like, okay, what kind of general medicine? It was just so awkward. I've never had that happen before, and then I was thinking, like, what do I say when people ask? Because I'm technically not really anything yet. I'm not specialized yet. I said, oh, I think in the US you call it a primary care physician, which would be a GP. It was just a really weird experience, but after that, loved it. It was so funny, and there are actually a load of solo people there, which really surprised me. So many people went alone, and it was really nice to see, kind of comforting. Great start to Chicago. It's currently 9:20 and I'm actually pretty tired, so I'm going to bed. Tomorrow is my true Chicago day. I'm gonna do the loop and the bean and see all the stuff, and then I've booked myself an architecture boat tour. So far I'm loving Chicago. It's been lovely.
My partner's in America. You alright if I bring him in on FaceTime? Thank you very much. Can you see us?
Yeah, can you go into some cupboards?
Yeah, I'll turn off and show. So have they had any offers so far? No, you're the second viewing so far. Oh, really? Okay.
Let's get a coffee. I feel like this is so randomly placed, just like in a park next to the main road. It is pretty cool. It's about 12:30 p.m, so I'm gonna grab some lunch, and this is the only place that I could find online that definitely offers a gluten-free Chicago deep dish pizza. There are so many other places that only offer thin crust, and I want the true experience. So I'm gonna go here, grab myself a true Chicago deep dish, and then I'm in the mood to do a little bit of shopping, if I'm honest. This is so good.
Look at that. Honestly, I was really excited for that pizza, but I've come away just feeling really disappointed. Like, it started off good, but the more I ate, the drier it got, and also it just left a really like gone off aftertaste in my mouth, and it just wasn't good. And on top of that, the whole meal, so my pizza and my drink, was $40, which is just insane. I feel like so let down, but there's nothing you can really do about it.
We'll be underway in about 12 minutes. My name's Bobby. Welcome aboard.
It's obviously my luck that as soon as I get on the boat, it starts to rain, but I'm gonna hold strong and sit on the top deck because I feel like that's where I'm gonna get the best view.
We're going to get started. As we begin, let me begin by telling you that I think that you made a great choice coming with us today. After the next bridge on the right, we have this red brick building, the Reed Murdoch Center. It is 112 years old by George Nimitz. Fort in the river is called Wolf Point. That radio tower that we spotted is still significant. It was full of train tracks and warehouses, big flat piece of land, to let those sailboats move between winter storage on the river and the lakefront marinas where they spend the summer boating season. 1,454 feet, 443 meters. It is our newest complete office building. Called Glass Tower on the left is the Trump Tower. It's the second tallest building in the city.
Good morning, guys, happy Friday. It's officially my last day in Chicago and also my last day solo. It's been 5 weeks of traveling around the US alone. I was thinking about this last night. I haven't once felt lonely and it's been really nice. For this trip, I just wanted to be by myself and be content with being by myself, and I can't lie, I've totally succeeded in that. It's been lovely making my own decisions, doing exactly what I want when I want, and honestly just being selfish and enjoying it. There's not really many opportunities in life where you can do that. However, I have obviously really missed my people and I am so excited to see Harry tomorrow. I think this is actually the longest we have ever gone apart in a solid 8 years maybe. It's gonna be really nice, and obviously then we have 2 weeks in Florida to look forward to. So still big things coming and more traveling to be done, but I've just been reminiscing over the last couple of days about how this has been going, and I just can't believe 5 weeks has already gone so fast. I've also just been thinking about all the places I've been to over the last 5 weeks and how I would rank them, where I loved the most versus the least. Obviously New York is always going to be a number one for me. I love New York and I will never get bored of it. But I think the most underrated place that I visited so far has been Philadelphia. Absolutely loved it. And I've also loved Chicago. The only thing about Chicago has been the weather has been unbelievably unpredictable. It kind of reminds me of San Francisco with that kind of microclimate vibe. Like every single time I've looked at the weather app, it's told me something different to what's happened. For example, yesterday I had fully planned an outdoor day because it was supposed to be really sunny. I kid you not, the minute that I stepped on that boat, it started raining, and it did not stop for a full hour and a half. And obviously at the top of the boat you're also getting a constant breeze. Even though I was genuinely chilled to the actual bone, it was so worth it, and it was really different, not something I'd particularly ever done before, so I did really enjoy it. But I was absolutely freezing for the longest time last night, just trying to recover from that. This morning I've actually had some really exciting news. If you've been following along with my career journey, you'll know that I start GP training in August, which I'm really excited about, and this morning I found out my rotations. I have an A&E rotation, which was something that I prioritized because I think that would actually be really helpful when it comes to being a GP, and I don't have any A&E experience yet. And then I also have a psychiatry and cardiology rotation within my ST1 year. For ST2 I start off in GP, and then I have a community sexual health rotation, which was my top priority because I do want to do a special interest in either gynae or sexual health, something of the sort, so I really wanted a rotation in that. Anyway, those are pretty much all of the updates for this morning. I feel like I've been bombarding you with information. So it's now 12 p.m. I did have a little bit of a lie-in. I don't know why I've been so unbelievably tired this week. I have basically no plans. The only thing I've booked is the 360 Chicago rooftop view situation this evening because I'm hoping to see the sunset there. So that's at 6 p.m. Other than that, I don't have any plans, as I said. I'm hoping to find somewhere to get my nails done because they are really bad. They are chipped, they're grown out. I really need to fix them. So if I can find somewhere that's not extortionate to do that today, I might do that, and then we'll just see where the day takes us. Okay, these look so much better. I went with a dark purpley bluish colour. And now I think I'm actually gonna head into this bar for a little happy hour moment. It's only about 3 p.m, but it's chilly outside. I've done a bit of shopping. I can't really be bothered to do anything else. So I'm gonna grab a drink and a snack. This is my first ever Moscow Mule. I got the wild berry one and it's actually really good. I was worried it was gonna be too gingery, but it's really yummy.